Hello lovely English learners, welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to learn 50 business idioms for everyday use at work. Let's start. Give something your best shot. This means to do something as well as you can. For example, I will give this project my best shot. Put the word out. This represents to tell people a new piece of news. As an example, so, the new manager has been appointed. Should we put the word out? Square the circle means if you try to square the circle, you try to do something that is very difficult or impossible. For instance, don't try to square the circle, you should take another approach. Step on the gas. This signifies to do something more quickly or with more effort and determination. As an example, we need to step on the gas in developing our new product. Smarten up your act. This means to make more effort. To cite an example, why are you always so late? You'll have to smarten up your act if you want to keep your job. Heavy hitter. This signifies someone or something that is very powerful or successful. As an illustration, have you seen his resume? He's a real heavy hitter. Be the talk of somewhere means to be what people are discussing in a particular place. For instance, her behaviour is the talk of the office. Blow the whistle on someone or something. This means to tell people publicly about something bad that someone is doing. Specifically, his staff blowed the whistle on his failed project. Rat on someone or something. This represents to not be loyal to someone, especially by giving away secret information about them, or to fail to do something that you said you would do. By way of example, he ratted on us in this product research. Pull something out of the bag or hat. This represents to do something unexpected that suddenly improves a bad situation. For example, he pulled this marketing strategy out of the bag. A turn up for the books. This represents a surprising or unexpected event. Taking an example, well, that's a turn for the books. I never thought he'd get the job. Raise a few eyebrows means to cause surprise or shock. For example, his new outfit raised a few eyebrows at the board meeting. Go down swinging or fighting. This means to continue to fight or to make a strong, determined effort, even though you are likely to fail or lose. Specifically, they beat us in the end, but we went down swinging. Put your back into it means to put a lot of effort into a task. By way of example, if we all put our backs into it, we'll finish the project on time. Burning the candle at both ends. This represents working excessively hard, often to the point of exhaustion. As an example, she's been burning the candle at both ends to meet the deadline. Bite off more than you can chew means taking on more work or responsibility than one can handle. For instance, he bit off more than he could chew by accepting 2 full-time jobs. Pull your weight. This means to do one's fair share of work. To give an example, everyone needs to pull their weight if we want to complete this project successfully. The daily grind. This signifies the routine of daily work, often perceived as tedious or monotonous. For example, sometimes the daily grind can really wear you down. Jump on the bandwagon means to join others in doing something that is currently popular or fashionable, often for personal gain. As an illustration, he decided to jump on the bandwagon and start a podcast like everyone else in the office. A busman's holiday. This means a holiday where you do something similar to your normal work. For instance, as a chef, cooking for friends on the weekend feels like a busman's holiday. Work like a Trojan means to work extremely hard. By way of example, she worked like a Trojan to get the report finished before the deadline. Carry the can. This represents to take responsibility for something, often when others avoid it. Specifically, as a team leader, it's her job to carry the can for the project's failure. Cut corners. This signifies to do something the easiest or cheapest way, often at the expense of quality. Taking an example, the contractor cut corners by using cheaper materials. A cushy job means an easy and comfortable job. By way of example, he found a cushy job with good pay and little stress. Donkey work. This represents the hard, tedious part of a job. As an illustration, I've done all the donkey work for the presentation, now it's your turn to polish it. Feather one's nest. This represents to make money for oneself in a selfish way. For instance, he was accused of feathering his nest at the expense of the company. Go the extra mile. This signifies to make a special effort beyond what is expected. Specifically, she always goes the extra mile to help her colleagues. Hit the ground running means to start a job with energy and immediate productivity. To give an example, the new manager hit the ground running and improved the team's performance. In the pipeline. This means in the process of being developed or completed. As an example, we have several new projects in the pipeline for next year. Make the grade. This means to meet the required standard. For example, she worked hard to make the grade and get promoted. With flying colours means doing something very successfully. By way of example, you always handle high-pressure situations with flying colours. Off the hook. This represents freed from a difficult situation or responsibility. For instance, thanks to her hard work, the manager let her off the hook for the mistake. Pass the buck. This means to shift responsibility to someone else. For example, his manager was known for passing the buck when things went wrong. Pay through the nose. This represents to pay too much money for something. By way of example, we had to pay through the nose for a last-minute flight. Penny pinching means unwilling to spend money. As an illustration, his penny-pinching ways make him difficult to work with. Pound the pavement. This represents to look for a job. To cite an example, after being laid off, he spent months pounding the pavement looking for work. Pull a fast one. This signifies to deceive someone. As an example, he tried to pull a fast one by claiming he was sick when he wasn't. Put your nose to the grindstone means to work hard and continuously. Specifically, if you put your nose to the grindstone, you'll finish the project on time. Rake it in. This represents to make a lot of money. By way of example, since starting his own business, he's been raking it in. Rise to the occasion. This means to perform better than usual in response to a special situation. For instance, she rose to the occasion and delivered an outstanding presentation. Shape up or ship out. This represents improve performance or leave. As an example, the new manager told the underperforming employees to shape up or ship out. Show your mettle means to demonstrate your abilities or courage. By way of example, he showed his mettle by taking on the toughest projects. Soldiering on. This means to continue working despite difficulties. For example, even with the challenges, she kept soldiering on with her work. Take the bull by the horns means to confront a problem directly. Specifically, he decided to take the bull by the horns and address the issues head-on. Throw in the towel. This signifies to give up or quit. To cite an example, after years of struggling, he decided to throw in the towel and close the business. Up to scratch means meeting the required standard. For instance, his work wasn't up to scratch, so he had to redo it. Wear many hats. This means to have multiple roles or responsibilities. Taking an example, in a small company, everyone needs to wear many hats. Wet behind the ears means inexperienced. As an illustration, he's still wet behind the ears, but he's learning quickly. Work to rule means to work strictly according to the rules, often as a form of protest. Taking an example, the workers are on a work-to-rule strike, causing delays. Worth one's salt. This represents worthy of one's pay or position. As an example, any employee worth their salt would have completed this task by now. Let's practice and use these everyday English idioms to improve your conversation skills and speak like a native. And please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. That's the end of today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye and have a lovely day.